Hello world, hello mongoose conservation friends. It's author the Meerkat Man, the Mongoose Man, Grant Malcolm McIlrath, coming to you live from the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve of the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project. This is Animal Adventures, Walk with Wildlife, Mongoose Magic Moments, and it's a beautiful Tuesday the 13th of January 2026. I'm currently following the world famous film star of the CYNICTIS penicillata species, yellow mongoose, the white tip to the tail, the horizontally slitted eye pupils, beautiful orangey yellow brown hair. This is the dominant female Ghakhulu Cucciolina Cenerentola from the yellow mongoose group I've been protecting in the reserve since 2008, watching the various family generations. She was born in November 2018, and of course I'm a professional nature conservationist. Welcome to everybody out there, Mongoose Magic Moments. You're watching a live stream of a wild yellow mongoose here in South Africa. I hope you're having a wonderful day, no matter where you are. Currently, Ghakhulu Cucciolina is foraging for food. I will be uploading another 2 streams from earlier, which I took when I was following her as she went and marked her territory. Yesterday, I uploaded 10 new videos for all our mongoose fans around the world to enjoy. Oh, she's getting a lot of good snacks this morning. As you will see from the previous uploads, she has had a very busy day already. Their day starts before sunrise, unlike the lazy meerkats. Yeah, and that is correct. All of our Meerkat Magic Moments friends who are followers of the Ungulungu Meerkat group, world famous meerkats since 2001, I have been following them and protecting them around Latergansvlei, Utser and Western Cape of South Africa. And now, back to what's happening here. She's currently digging up lots of little tenebrionid beetles. These are flightless beetles. Good morning and welcome out there. You're watching Mongoose Magic Moments. Oh, what a wonderful unedited wildlife documentary that was. Let me explain. That is the FISCAL SHRIKE LANIUS COLLARIS. You've just seen a live reaction, alarm call from the FISCAL SHRIKE. I was just talking about them in the previous live stream. They arrived in the area and they try and scare mongoose and meerkats so that they drop their food. There you go, there you go, there you go. Where are you? Up in the tree. There's the culprit. There's the fake alarm. Yes. You're seeing this live world. This is history, because this has not been documented with the species. And that is a fake alarm. That is deception in nature happening right there. This is part of the neighborhood watch that for those who've just joined the stream, you may have noticed the yellow mongoose here that I'm following ran to one of the escape tunnels. Shout out to you, Alessia Torchini from Italy and Asia Chile for sponsoring that. Yeah, please notice how the shrike failed in its objective to swoop down and take food from Ghakhulu Cucciolina. It warned, it said, oh, there's an alarm, there's an alarm. You heard the sound very clearly, no doubt. So did she. She reacted immediately, but it was a false alarm. That is deception right there. The FISCAL SHRIKE will follow along, and then every now and again when it thinks it could surprise one of the hunters, like a meerkat or mongoose, it will swoop down suddenly, make an alarm, and grab the food that they're taking for themselves. So it's stealing, it's theft. Hello from Lebanon. Wow. Jay, hey, welcome to the stream. Hi, thank you so much. Life scars. Hey, I hope you're not having any new scars today, only good experiences. Hey, I really appreciate you. Thanks for the likes and subs. You're watching it live. For those who've just joined the stream, here we are. This is the world famous Ghakhulu Cucciolina Cenerentola, the only mongoose on the planet of this species that can be followed like this. Out of billions of people in the world, we are the only ones right now who are watching this live. Look where we are. Check it out. Drop a comment, please. This is the Meerkat Mansion Research Base here in Latergansvlei, Utser in Western Cape of South Africa. And yes, that mountain range, for those who don't know, is also part of your World Heritage. It's part of UNESCO World Heritage. The Cape Floristic region gets covered in snow in winter. The Cape Floristic region, which is the Fynbos, the Macchia, one of the world's floral kingdoms. Oh, she's busy foraging again. How lucky we are. Thank you. Yeah, I agree with you. Exactly. Here we are right now together. You're on a private visit. I say private because I'm the only one here in the flesh, but you're all here with me and I appreciate it. And thank you for joining the channel and your support. Yeah, it's great. I love bringing you all live streams and answering any questions you have. For those who don't know me, I am a professional nature conservationist, qualified in 1993. I spent 7 years in the Kalahari Desert researching wild meerkats. Thank you for showing me. Thank you, Life Scars. X77. Yeah, I see many of my comments don't come up on the YouTube post live stream, but I will do shout outs to everybody who puts in a comment. Yeah, let's get close. No, this is not a tame mongoose. She knows me because I'm a noisy object that she's grown up with in her habitat all the way since November 2018, and her family since 2008. Yesterday I uploaded 10 new short videos. Please do check them out. And remember, if you like and sub and send me your comments, I will get back to you. And even if you don't like or sub, you can send in your comments. I will get back to you. All right, it's an excellent day. Look at those beautiful eyes. I can never get over how stunning her eyes are because they are so unusual. If you compare them to a meerkat's round pupil, and they've got a horizontally slitted pupil. I just want to do a shout out for another recent viewer on the live stream we did. You never know when the live streams can happen because wildlife is unpredictable. It can happen in the late afternoon or even at night. Night vision equipment that I have here. All right, I'm too close. I have to zoom out. Again, let's just have a look around. I'm making the sounds that she recognizes. The way she looks at you. Yes. Yeah. It's like, what are you? Again, this is a hands-off research project. Exactly, you've got it. Yeah, and if you followed my meerkat work with the BBC and National Geographic, Discovery Channel, even Sir David Attenborough has visited in the Kalahari Desert, and Professor Tim Clutton-Brock, a big shout out to you. Nick Stringer from National Geographic, and Simon King, Meerkats the Natural World, Big Cat Diaries, have all had to make the same strange sounds I'm making to get near the animals that learn to recognize me. This is, of course, NLP, or for the animal psychologists, neuro-linguistic programming. Some people say I'm an animal shrink or whisperer, but it's really just scientific. It's all associative learning. By letting her know where I am at all times, she doesn't get a surprise. She knows I'm here, so she can focus on her day-to-day activities, and it gives us a window into her life without, in fact, disturbing her. Oh, that looked like a tasty grub. They eat a lot of juicy Coleoptera larvae. Thanks again for your likes and subs, everybody. It's great to have you on board. I feel like you're sitting here on my shoulder right now as I sit here watching beautiful mongoose magic moments as they happen. Just a quick social media shout out there to all our friends in the world. You can, of course, join our subgroups on Facebook, Mongoose Magic Moments and Meerkat Magic Moments. Everything is free to join, and I share information, conservation through education. I subscribed as well to you, and my name is Rashid. Hey, thanks, Rashid. JUSO145. I see you out there, man. I see you. And a big shout out to you from myself and Ghakhulu Cucciolina. Welcome to the stream. Remember, you are welcome to interact. Drop a comment on any of the 1,400 plus videos I've got on the channel since 2008. That's the YouTube channel, of course. And thanks to everybody out there, because we are nearly on 1.9 million views. If you haven't seen the snake videos, which made our channel so famous, probably the most famous, or one of the most famous, certainly the most famous in Africa, Cape Cobra Nudgenivia with neurotoxic venom, got over 1.2 million views in under 24 hours. And then our most recent cytotoxic venom puff adder snake, Bitis eritans, got over 57,000 views. So thank you to everyone for your views on that. Just another highlight of where we are for those who just joining the stream. Of course, if you'd like to know more about where we are, it is a private reserve here in South Africa. You can Google search for the Stone Dojo Gym, martial arts dojo, which I run for the local community here, and you'll find out where that is. Do you know what is happening? Ah, yes. Yes. Look, there are tragedies all over the world. I try keep these streams apolitical because, of course, as a nature conservationist, I'm all about conserving our natural heritage for everybody. But of course, anything that is negative for the environment is affecting everybody. It doesn't matter where we are, we're all on the same rock going around the sun. So I see us all, including Ghakhulu right here, as genetic time travelers. All right. She's getting a bit distracted by me because I am not doing my usual sounds often enough. Yeah, I hear you there. We'll try keep it apolitical just because this is an escape for anybody out there. And of course, there's hardships all around the world right now. And sending big love to everybody out there, seriously. As I like to say, nature is for everybody. It doesn't matter where you are, where you're from, what you look like. And that's exactly why I'm trying to bring people these live streams, just to give people a little window into the incredible beauty of the world around us. And it's everybody's. Doesn't matter where you are. Ghakhulu is not just here on the reserve. She's here on the same planet we all share. And I love that. She's also just trying to make a living like everybody else in the reserve today. Some will be less fortunate, and that is why I like to say we never know what we might see out there. On a day-to-day basis, might never see her again. And that's why every day when I do see her, it's incredibly fortunate for me. And that's why whenever I can, I just grab the camera and do a live stream, an unedited wildlife documentary. Yes, life scars, 100%, I agree with you. Yeah. It's very true. Many people believe you have to be a professional nature conservationist or wildlife researcher. It's not the case. Anybody can go out for a walk somewhere and they will see wildlife. It's all around us if we just take a moment to stop and appreciate it. And in fact, it's been shown that by being in nature, it actually reduces blood pressure, it relieves stress. Yeah. Psychologists call it ecotherapy. And this is not some strange esoteric science. It's a fact. Just by being out in nature and reconnecting with nature in a way, just listening to the birds, let's have a stop and a listen. Just peaceful. Yeah, thank you for saying it. Great comments there. Thanks, Life Scars. Yeah, definitely. It is therapy. I'm getting a dosage right now, and I enjoy you being here. Yes, ecotherapy. A shout out to Mandy Young out there. I've worked with her in the past. She's worked with elephants, wild dog, dolphin, and of course the meerkats with me for many years. And she taught us more about how animals are so incredible at teamwork because of their amazing good self-care principles. Even right now, Ghakhulu, the yellow mongoose that we're watching, is practicing good self-care. She's constantly alert. She's near an escape tunnel right here. There is a tube system which we have put in here in the ground to recolonize areas where burrows have been destroyed and plowed over. This is something anybody in the world can do. Just go make some habitat. It's an amazing feeling, and watch it get populated and colonized like a coral reef, where people have actually sunk structures into the ocean again to help recolonize areas which were barren. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the kind words there. I really appreciate it. I don't want to say scars because I can tell that everybody is carrying something with them, and it doesn't matter to me where you are, because you're all conservation friends right now by being here. Thank you. I love sharing the experiences that I've enjoyed over the decades. And as I mentioned in some of my recent shorts, I do think that she is pregnant. What do you think out there, people who may watch this or watching it now? We'll see possibly when she stands up on guard again. Just letting her know not to be alarmed. It's still me. Yeah, let's see. Have a look at our supporters out there, Ghakhulu. Give them a view of your beautiful film star face. For those who know, Ghakhulu is recovering from a terrible territorial fight that she had. She lost the entire section of her lower lip. You may see the scar. If you see any videos of her from earlier, you can see that pink mark. She has no lower canines. They were ripped out, and her lower incisors, and she managed to survive. She's incredible. Look at that nose, constantly on the alert, and the ears, how they twitch and move backwards and forwards. The yellow mongoose is very similar, in fact, to a cat species. Many people think, oh, meerkat, mongoose, it's the same. It's not the same thing. I keep saying this to everybody out there. There's nothing else like the meerkat. Mongoose and genets and civets are the closest living relatives. And I should say mongooses, but I don't like to say it because many people get confused. Because you say one goose, two geese, one mongoose. There are no mongai and mongoose. It's mongooses. What a crazy language. Anyway, my point is, meerkats are much more dog-like. They have a specialized fleshy ear valve, which no other mongoose out of the 35 or 36 species around the world, this varies. System 7833, hi, thanks. Hey, welcome. Yes, mongoose, lol. Yeah. Exactly, there we go. Life scar, but she emerged stronger. Yes, I can see that you have an association right there. Exactly. I've been through a lot of hardships in my life as well. Everybody goes through different experiences. But as I like to say to all my students at the martial arts dojo, the Stone Dojo gym here in the reserve, everything makes us stronger. You have a broken limb, it heals back even stronger. It's a fact. All the live stream that we've been putting up are all part of her story as we put her into cyberspace. I love animals. Hey, Ashish Goracha 3519. A big shout out to you. Apologies if I am ruining your beautiful names out there. That's not my intention. I'm on the mobile device right now, a very small screen. And there's the research base right behind me. I've already gone for a nice walk this morning, and I will be uploading those 2 streams of her, and we may in fact follow her in a bit if she decides to go for a walk. It's already probably about 29 degrees centigrade in the reserve. Yeah. Yeah, yes, it really is a beautiful day. What's up, gang? I'm from South Africa, and you, hey, Kaya Muscat, hey, welcome. They're so innocent. Yes, Ashish. That's a beautiful, beautiful comment. I love that. Yes, we are in fact the custodians for all the generations yet to come on this beautiful rock we're all living on. Doesn't matter where we are, where we were born, we're all on the same rock, including our beautiful film star right here. I like to simplify things and just look at it for what it is. Remove everything, clothes, money, politics, anything, and just get down to the basics. We're all just travelers, genetic DNA travelers. The cockroach, the ant, doesn't matter what you see around you, everything is just trying to make a living. Yeah, I love that comment about the innocence. I really believe this is nature's classroom, and it's for the world, and everybody can learn just by spending time looking at it. I don't like to just do a documentary that is streamed out post-edit. I like to give you the unedited wildlife documentaries. I love her look. Thank you so much. Please do remember, you can drop... Oh, love from India. Ashish, thank you so much. Yeah. Some of our Indian viewers are some of our greatest supporters. In fact, many people from India got our channel to become associated with Google directly. And we really appreciate that when we hit over 1.2 million views in under 24 hours. I couldn't believe it. A snake video I uploaded 6 years previous to that viral traffic suddenly just started going viral overnight. And when I checked where all the views were coming from, almost all of them were coming from India. It's amazing. Yeah, that's Najanivia, of course, the Cape Cobra with the neurotoxic venom. Yes, this is in fact from Africa. Yes. No, we don't touch any wildlife out here. Thank you for your question. This is a wild animal. If I had to try and touch her, she would consider me to be a direct threat because it's not something I ever do. We don't risk possibly transmitting any kind of virus or pathogen to a wildlife. And that is why you will not see me going around touching the animals in the reserve. I'm just here to watch what they do and to protect them, and they can go about doing everything else they do beautifully without me interfering. Yeah, it's not a zoo. I know her since November 2018. I should say I've known her. I'm going to stand up slowly. Let me give you an idea what it's like to stand up when you're out here doing a live stream. Okay, there we go. Yeah. And immediately I'm just letting her know it's only me. Don't be concerned. I'm going to back away slightly. See, she wants to investigate where I was seated. The shoes I'm wearing, just by the way, let me show you. Yeah, you can see how ripped up and torn they are. That's because they are the property of this mongoose territory. The family of the Tsabokolori yellow mongoose group, I wear different shoes to different territories because they have the scent of the different animals on them. So no, I don't touch them, but occasionally they might come up and sniff my shoes and initiate that contact, but I won't reciprocate. I'm just an object. I'm basically a piece of mobile territory. They're so used to me, but they are not tame. You may be deceived for those who've just joined the stream. If I stop talking or stop calling, or if she sees another human in the area, she will run away. You might think, oh no, that's not true. All right, you can hear how she's digging there. Watch what happens. I'm going to demonstrate very briefly. Oh, that was a tasty bug. Did you hear the crunch? Immediately with my NLP audio association, I let her know that sound was only me. Please watch, please observe. I don't do this often. All right, and she's right back as if nothing had happened. That is the difference. If there is no NLP, audio association, which takes many, many years using my techniques, which I have used in Uganda in '97, Kibale rainforest, chimpanzee, banded mongooses, Queen Elizabeth Park. I won't go into all the history. But for those who have asked in the past as well, what will happen if you touch the cobra? Oh, I love that. Musket. If you touch the cobra, I don't recommend it. It is a bad career move for you or for anybody. I like to say, leave our snakes alone. They've got a job to do. They do it brilliantly. The best thing to do is just respect them. Don't be afraid of them. Just respect them. Like many wild animals, it's best just to observe them and respect that they are in the environment. Yeah, all the laughs. Yeah, bad career move. Yeah, I can tell you this. Kyle Musket, thanks for your good observation there. Yeah. I have come across hundreds of snakes in my time as a professional nature conservationist, and I've never had one issue from any snake. They always give a warning. Even the sluggish puff adder, deceptively sluggish, which is an ambush predator, it can strike within a 30th of a second. Many people will know this. You're into snake observation. All our herpetologist friends out there, and there are many, over 1 million plus, I know that. Currently, she's in the pipe system. She might come out any time now. If not, I'll just back away slightly here so I can get a better view. There's a massive labyrinth of tube systems we've got all over the place. Coming back to the snakes. Yeah, as I like to say, conservation through education. The snakes are not hunting us. Certainly not in South Africa. Maybe in South America, if you go lie outside in the jungle, you might become food for an anaconda. But otherwise, it's highly unlikely that you have any issues from a snake, so it's best just to leave them alone when we encounter them. Of course, many people don't do that, and they go and they bother the snake, and then it will defend itself, of course, which is to be expected. But even then, Cape Cobra will flare its hood quite often, and then move away. In my experience, they are very secretive creatures, and whenever I see them, I get extremely excited and feel very fortunate to see them. All right, she's in this hole right now. She's had a nice little snack. Might sign off soon. Don't do one scared of us. Exactly. Thank you, Kyle. That's a great comment there about the snakes. Yeah. Humans often have this fear, and it's an unjustified fear of the unknown, and go, oh no, we see a snake, we must kill it. No. The snake is out there controlling rodent populations and all sorts of very important roles that they fulfill in the ecosystem. Thanks so much for joining, everybody. Thank you for... Oh, all right, I was about to sign off, but there she is. Yeah, look how well camouflaged she is. Let's zoom in there. Maybe we'll be fortunate and maybe she'll come out. As I say, it's a wildlife, unedited wildlife documentary. We never know what's going to happen next. All right, she's having a little rest in the shade. That's wonderful. Please do check out the playlist about artificial burrow systems if you would like to find out more about it, because in the past, in the farming areas, the animals who had holes in the ground have lost the holes, or due to housing. This is all over the world where they're digging animals, because the burrows are destroyed. And many people think, oh, these are digging animals, they can just dig another hole. They cannot get away from a predator in time. A lanner falcon, as I mentioned on a recent stream, could reach a speed of over 300 kilometers an hour quite easily. And that's not even breaking a sweat, really, I like to say. Not that they do. But the fact is, digging animals don't simply have an opportunity. Oh, great, she came out. Lovely. That was a scent mark of that burrow, in fact. She's out again, everybody. We are being spoiled today, being able to watch what she's doing. All right, getting back to my point. They don't have time to dig up a new hole. This is what it used to look like all over. It was just barren, compacted soil, because we are in an ancient riverbed system here in the Little Karoo Valley, the Klein Karoo in the Western Cape of South Africa around Oudtshoorn, the ostrich capital of the world, except in areas which I work in, where I subsidize landowners not to farm ostriches. Any intensive stock farming can trample burrow systems over time, and these could be thousands of years old, and they inherited from one generation to the next. I call them the wildlife hotels. Never mind the Ritz or the Trump Hotel, wherever you might associate a hotel around the world as something fancy. These are the really, really old hotels, the wildlife hotels, and many different inhabitants stay in them. You could have porcupine, ant bear, bat-eared fox, Cape fox, meerkats, mongoose. We've got the yellow mongoose here. We've got the large grey, also known as the Egyptian mongoose, the biggest in the world. It's over a meter long. We've got the water mongoose and the Cape grey or small grey mongoose. 5-star hotel. Yes, Life Scars. Thanks, Life. You've been here for a long time in the stream already, and I do appreciate you. So here's a shout out to you and to everybody. Thanks for joining the stream, and thanks for the likes. Hey, it's great to have you with me. All right, for those just joining the stream, there will be a repetition for those who've been on for longer, of course, or know my work. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, it's nice to stand up. I must say, sitting down is a pleasure, but having to move when following wildlife is very challenging, because, of course, suddenly a small shape becomes a larger shape. I'm over 6 foot, and to uncrumple my body, I have to do it very carefully. As you can see, the sounds I've been making just reassure her at all times where I am, so she doesn't have to spend her time looking at me. And when they cannot see us, meerkats, mongooses that I follow, they can hear us. I say us, I'm referring to the researchers I've worked with. In 1993, I worked with Cambridge University, Britain, Large Animal Research Group, LARG. Many scientific publications, you're welcome to check them out all around the world. You can see them in universities and libraries. Just Google search my name. But many people who are not scientists, in my experience, never get to read these scientific publications. And that is why, as a professional nature conservationist, I like to do what I call conservation through education right here, right now. We don't do the post-edits BBC, Nat Geo, Discovery, although we have. In fact, her family was on the Super Bowl in America, watched by millions for BMW Unscripted Grant, a series of 5 films done by BMW, sponsored us back in 2010. Out of all the BMWs in South Africa, they chose us. In fact, in Africa, I should say. Yeah, if you know that series, you'll know what I'm talking about. You can also see that on any BMW website in the world, even right now. BMW Unscripted. All right, moving on. So, Cambridge, 7 years, and the University of Pretoria, Mammal Research Institute in South Africa. Mammals of Southern Africa. For our South African friend out there, Muscat, you might know it. Professor John Skinner, who was my former employer. I worked as a research biotechnician. That's the more technical name. It was basically a tech, wildlife tech. I then managed a research project in the Kalahari, which is the home of Meerkat Manor, world famous series watched by millions around the world. A big shout out to you, Professor Tim Clutton-Brock out there, one of the most famous research biologists in history. Great privilege of mine to have worked with him. And he enabled me to get to the study site in Uganda with banded mongoose, the most sociable mongooses on the planet, up to 60 in a group. They are so difficult to watch. Seeing her go into the shade of the tree right now is nothing compared to following banded mongoose in Queen Elizabeth Park. It's like a jungle there. There are elephants, there are leopard, there are buffalo, and my good friend Jason Gilchrist, who did his doctorate on banded mongoose up there in Queen Elizabeth Park, surrounded by the stunning Ruwenzori Mountains, Kazinga Channel, Katunguru Village. I just love the names. He got trampled by buffalo on 2 occasions, and he got cerebral malaria, and he survived, all in the name of wildlife research. TikTok handle, just check out the About section on the YouTube, and you will find out all of the links directly to save you the trouble. But just search The Meerkat Man, or better yet, author The Meerkat Man, because unfortunately there are lots of what I call copycats with a K. Yeah. Yeah, I do post on X occasionally, excuse me, and Instagram, but mainly Facebook and here the most. Yeah, okay, cool, I'll do exactly. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Life Scars. 77. That's an incredibly powerful name, that, I must say. All right, going low angle again, down on my haunches here, to give you an eye-to-eye view of a yellow mongoose. Excuse me. Yeah, I could do with a drink. It's already a cookout here, and I can feel myself dehydrating even now. In this area, I'll drink about 6 to 7 liters of water a day. These incredibly harsh semi-desert environments are exactly why I'm here. Kalahari Desert and the Little Karoo in South Africa, because they have such a little amount of rainfall, which allows for spectacular digging mammals to occur. These are the animals that go underground into their burrows where it's air conditioning unit, basically, I like to call it. In summer, it's about 10 degrees cooler under the ground. We've actually measured this with digital thermometers. Or, standing up again slowly. She's moving into the shade. Or it is like an electric blanket. Lovely insulated burrow systems in winter where it's about 10 degrees warmer. Oh, thank you so much for the compliment. Thank you. Thank you for interacting on these live streams. I do appreciate many people who watch our streams don't end up commenting, and we really, I say we, because I'm referring to everyone who might watch the stream as well, love having your interaction, because it means somebody out there is engaged with what we are doing. All right, I'm going to keep following her. You never know what could happen. Earlier we actually heard a FISCAL SHRIKE make an alarm call, which was a fake alarm. It's false advertising. It's deception. Now, when we use terms like that, of course, just to clarify as a scientist, we say that is an anthropomorphism or anthropomorphic term, a human term to describe animal behavior. Yes, it is not scientific. And yes, I don't care. I use it anyway, and that's a big shout out to the professor in Cambridge. Brrrp. Yeah, I do enjoy using non-scientific terms as well, because of course I'm a nature conservationist first, research biologist second, and I like to get the information to the public in a more user-friendly way without using too much jargon. Of course, I will use scientific names where appropriate, because there are so many common names around the world, which often leads to a great deal of confusion. Just a quick point about what's happened here. This is a wildlife water feature which I have excavated through the cement or concrete-like soil over many, many years. I in fact did this for my dogs and pot-bellied pigs over a decade ago, and they would walk through here into the little rampway and swim here every single day. And then the wildlife started using it. Now, the entire reserve is only for wildlife. There are no domestic animals here, because I found that the domestic animals actually are predators to the wildlife, and their scent keeps the wildlife away. So in fact, there are porcupine and ant bear and many other wildlife that walk right past the porch. And I've got infrared camera systems all over, IP motion sensors. So anything that moves day or night, I pick up on the streams and see them. Getting back to what happened. So, yellow mongoose, CYNICTIS penicillata, there's one of the scientific names, are opportunistic drinkers, just like the meerkats. So they don't need to, in fact, drink additional water. They get it from the food that they eat. However, we are in a terrible drought. For those who followed my work over the years, you'll know that we had 2 massive floods in the reserve back in 2023 and 2024. And now, in 2025 and 6, we haven't had any rainfall here. We've had severe wildfires, and the wildlife who are diggers can simply survive by going into the burrows. I may go dig up some more holes in the riverbed system, as I've done in the past. For those who follow the fitness side of my work, you can check out the Dig for Abs or Applied Conservation, where I spend time digging holes in the river system, and I like to call it Power with Purpose, where you're not just in the gym lifting weights, you're actually doing something constructive for the environment at the same time as getting a workout, aerobic and anaerobic. All right, fitness over. So I will go dig up more holes there, because it allows water to infiltrate into the holes, and it's good for the different wildlife which are unable to get enough water at the moment unless they come past the wildlife base. All right, let's have a look at some anatomy. She's been incredibly cooperative. I say that jokingly, because of course, whether we're here or not, she would be doing this. You can see the white tip to the tail, which is so characteristic of CYNICTIS penicillata. Please note, in Botswana, next to Namibia and the northwestern part of South Africa specifically that I'm referring to, we get a gray version of the yellow mongoose. Even there you can tell how strange the names are, a yellow mongoose, but it's gray. Yeah, but it's still CYNICTIS, and it still has the white tip to the tail. Of course, there are many Herpestidae species. Herpestes ichneumon, the large grey Egyptian mongoose, which occurs on the reserve. I mentioned it briefly earlier. Atilax paludinosus, the water mongoose. There are so many common names, and unfortunately many of these common names cause a great deal of confusion with the people who live in these areas, and then they think, oh, I saw one of these animals maybe doing something that they didn't like, and then they think all of the smaller animals, including the meerkats and all the other mongoose species, i.e. ones who didn't do anything, get confused with them. All right, we're having a rare view around the back of the research mention. This is in fact where we saw Dyspolidus typus, the boomslang recently. Yeah, I've mentioned 3 different snake species on the stream already for our snake friends out there. Yeah, I haven't uploaded that video yet. The boomslang is a selenoglyph, so it has back fangs. It is also a snake with hemotoxic venom. So the venom is in fact used to cause massive blood clotting in its usual prey of chameleons and other reptiles, and it hunts with eyesight. It's very unusual with the snakes. It's not using its Jacobson organ for smelling the food, like the puffet and the cobra do. It actually has brilliant eyesight, and that's why most people never get close to it in the first place. I call it one of the chameleons of snakes. Those herpetologist friends out there will know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm looking forward to uploading that. I've actually got 2 videos which are on the edit pile, which I must get around to doing, but there's an endless list of videos to edit. That's why I like to do video streams, because then I don't have to edit it. I've already got 2 short videos from before the stream, which I will upload after this. All right, she's hunting in the shade of the fig tree. I'm not going to go in yet because I know that tree snake is in here. It's part of its territory. And of course, all the animals that live on the reserve are welcome here, including the snakes, as I tell all of our Shongololo students. A shout out to you out there, Team Shongololo. Yeah, it's a strange name for anyone joining the stream. Team Shongololo, world famous. These are the students that visit the Stone Dojo gym, martial arts dojo, and have done for many years. They are the reserve community that I support and sponsor. You can check them out on the site or just Google Team Shongololo. It's an onomatopoeic word. Right, getting back to this. Yeah, so the snakes are here, and everyone is appreciated on the reserve, and everything down to and even smaller than the ants. All right, there we go. There's a forage right there. Look at that. Ah, wonderful to see her actually hunting. Again, mongoose and meerkats, what I like to call the hunted hunters. Yeah, they have to watch out for danger, and they are in fact danger to other animals. Yeah, very difficult to see where she's going now, but she's there. Yeah. For those just joining the stream now, welcome. All right, there she is. Yeah, this reminds me of banded mongoose. That's exactly what it's like. And you have to collect data on 60 plus animals, all going underneath the vegetation. In Uganda, super difficult work. All right, she's coming out yet? There she is. Tiki 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 tiki. Lodi. 42 minutes into the stream of watching a wild yellow mongoose, and now she's moved into the shade. And there she is coming out. There she is. All right. We may lose signal as we go behind the house. And this is not an area where I usually follow her, so I'm quite curious to see what she does. Thank you for all the likes and subs and the shares already, friends out there. I do appreciate. Please note, I did upload 10 new videos yesterday. Yeah. And there are another few videos that I'll upload today. Ones from earlier when I was following her before I did the stream. Oh, what's she eating? It looks like little ant pupa, possibly. Yes, she found a little colony, which was unfortunate for them. Although camouflage is a great deterrent for many other animal species not to notice food, it doesn't help when it comes to the meerkat and the mongoose, species with an incredible sense of smell. They just smell camouflage animals. It doesn't help whether they're camouflaged or not. And that's where we get the aposematic or warning marks as well. Yellow, black, red. Those marks let animals know, don't even bother trying to catch me or eat me. You're going to be sorry. You're going to have a bad day. And as I like to say, many people know this, it's a bad career move. If you're an animal and you're going to eat something that is warning you to not eat it, they have horrible smell or chemical defense mechanisms. And then next time the animal sees or smells them, they will stay away. So these animals often will hide, as I like to say, inverted commas, air quotes on that, because they're not actually hiding, in plain sight. They will walk around and people are like, what? Look at this big locust just walking around here. It's not even hiding because they don't need to hide. They're letting everyone know, if you touch me, you're going to be sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. I'll give a little film quote there. Go ahead, make my day. Yeah. Drop a comment if you know where that's from, if you're a Clint Eastwood fan. Of course, that's only part of the quote, but I'm keeping this PC. So, there's a lot of deception. We saw it earlier in the stream with the FISCAL SHRIKE calling. That was incredibly lucky. It may be one of the only recordings of that in the world with yellow mongoose, if not the only one. Just waiting for her to decide what she's busy with, if she's coming out from underneath the shade of the tree. I was talking about the worm slung, Dyspolydus typus, earlier. Yeah, so blood clotting in their food, but with humans, and the bites are incredibly unusual because of the back fangs, as I mentioned, the selenoglyphs. So they generally won't bite people, and if they do, it's very uncommon. But there's a bit of an autogroom from Ghakhulu. It causes blood loss through membranes. Yeah, hemotoxic venom. Not a joke. Almost invisible. I'm trying to focus on her. I can see where she is, but the camera is confused. Wow, she's almost invisible. It's amazing. Even though I'm so used to seeing the species since '93, it doesn't stop to amaze me how amazingly well, amazing is the word of the moment, how incredibly well they can disappear from view, even from a few meters away. Look at that. If I zoom out further, it looks like there's nothing there, just shadow. Round and round the tree we go. All right, let's see what she's up to. A little scent mark on the back step of the Meerkat Mansion research base. Yep, my house is scent marked by wild meerkats and mongoose, porcupine, ant bear, many other animals. Hello and welcome. You're watching Mongoose Magic Moments. For those who've just joined the now 47-minute wildlife stream, out of billions of people in the world, we are the only ones currently watching wild yellow mongoose here in the Meerkat Magic Valley Reserve of the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project. Please do like and sub and share, and join me for all your future stream questions. And please do feel welcome to ask any questions you like. Drop a comment on any of my 1400 plus videos. Interact with me live. You can comment now like many people have. I love to know where our viewers are from. We had a viewer all the way from Alaska on the other night's live stream view of the full moon. And then recently from the Philippines, earlier from India as well. It's great. All right, another brief sniff of that bit of vegetation there. That is, of course, a scent mark, just to clarify. Brief sniff and then a rub of the face. That's what we call a cheek mark. The whole time she's aware of where I am. She's just moving into the shade of the tree, and I'm busy masking the crunching sounds. For those who might watch the stream from the beginning, you will have heard, if I don't call or talk and I move around and make a sound that she doesn't recognize, it can disturb her greatly. And that is why I make sounds that she recognizes all the time when I'm moving. All right, she's back out. I myself am curious to see where she goes. The first time I ever walked with meerkats in the wild, and here with Ungulungu meerkats of this subspecies, nobody else in history had ever walked with them in this area. And it was incredible to follow them, knowing that no other human had ever been on those secretive pathways or something there. Let's see, what's she digging up? Oh, come on. For those who are familiar with live stream technology, you will know that Zoom cameras don't work the same as they do when you're not on a live stream. Just a little technical glitch briefly. Yellow mongoose, CYNICTIS penicillata, in case anyone is wondering who or what they are watching in South Africa right now. Note the white tip to the tail. She is hunting. It's Mongoose Magic Moments, Walk with Wildlife, Animal Adventures. Take your pick. They're all part of the Meerkat Magic Conservation Project. Of course, as a professional nature conservationist, I work with nature in its entirety. This is habitat conservation as the primary focus. Everything else follows. Conservation through education. I do this, it's my passion to share information with anybody out there who might be interested to learn more or ask questions. I would love for all the different schools and universities around the world to join our live streams ultimately. So if anybody knows schools or is in a school or university, please do extend the invite. Of course, it's free to join a live stream with me. Yeah, ask me questions. Thank you. So, yes, coming back to those who don't know me, very big welcome to you. This is a unedited wildlife documentary. Although I've done work with the BBC, National Geographic and Discovery Channel, Keir Downer Productions, Richard Goss, and many other world-famous presenters as well, Nigel Marvin, Henry Cole from the Travel Channel, etc. Anything can happen when we're on a stream like this. Like I said earlier, we came across deception from that FISCAL SHRIKE making a false alarm call, and the yellow mongoose here, Ghakhulu, Cucciolina Cenerentola, alarmed immediately to that, and it was a false alarm. The bird made the sound to basically trick the mongoose into thinking that there was danger, and the mongoose ran away and left its food, and the bird was able to come down and take it. Yeah. And that is probably the first and only live stream ever done of that deception behavior from LANIUS COLLARIS to CYNICTIS penicillata, the FISCAL SHRIKE to the yellow mongoose, or die Laksman tot die geel of rooi meishond. That's Afrikaans for our Afrikaans viewers out there. Yeah, over a dozen common languages in South Africa, official languages I should say, and many more languages. These are the ones that are recognized, the last I heard. And that's why I will use scientific names as well, just to clarify any confusion, because it's the same scientific name no matter where you are in the world, what language you speak. So again, CYNICTIS penicillata, yellow mongoose, LANIUS COLLARIS, the FISCAL SHRIKE. That was the interaction caught on live stream. I don't know of another place where it's ever been done, certainly with the species, maybe with meerkats, a film, certainly with a fork-tailed drongo, and similar species. That these are things you cannot usually film, and it just happened on a live stream. It's what I call equivalent of a photo or video bomb by the FISCAL SHRIKE arriving, making a huge alarm call that some of our viewers were fortunate to see and hear with the interaction between the two species. Of course, this is cooperative vigilance. The birds are part of the neighborhood watch, but they will take advantage of the predators occasionally by tricking them. Again, I'm using air quotes on these non-scientific terms, like tricking, anthropomorphic statement, human term to describe animal behavior, but it is deception, and that is correct. The birds are using deception to try and get an easy meal and not do the work. They simply follow the predator around, the hunter, and then go, oh, look, there's danger, basically. And what happens then is an extreme alarm. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to end the live stream there and upload it and the previous videos from this morning. I hope you have a beautiful day. Please do like, share, and sub, and I will see you on the next stream.